Hi, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is PUTERI BADARUDDIN and I'm going to be talking about genetically modified food. So have you ever wondered if the food you're eating is completely natural? With today's technology, many of the foods we consume may not be what they seem. Imagine biting into an apple that never browns or corn that can repel insects without pesticides. Sounds like a science fiction, but it's not. It's a science fact. So as students, we often grab snacks or meal on the go without thinking twice about where they came from or how they were produced. But genetically modified food is actually all around us, possibly even in what you ate today. So I've taken the time to do research about this topic through reliable sources including scientific journal and official websites of the World Health Organization, WHO. So I believe that everyone should be more aware of what goes into our food, of what we actually consume. So now I will inform you about genetically modified food, what it is, the benefit it provides, and the concerns people have about it. So what is genetically modified food? So the definition of the genetically modified food is it is actually derived from organisms whose DNA has been altered in a lab for specific traits. They are DNA. So for example, making tomatoes from scratch to have more resistant to pests by inserting a gene from another species. And I'm gonna tell you a little bit history of the genetically modified food. And the first genetically modified food was introduced in the 1990s, modifying a tomato in the US. Now it is widely grown crop including soybean, corn, cotton, and also canola. Now that we understand what genetically modified food is, let's look at why it is used. So practically it is used because of the benefits of genetically modified food. So first up is the agricultural benefits. So genetically modified crops are engineered to resist pests and tolerate herbicides, reducing the needs for chemical sprays. According to WHO, it can actually result in higher yields and more efficient land use. Other than that, it is actually investing in consumer and nutritional benefits as well. So some of the genetically modified foods are designed for enhanced nutrition, such as golden rice, which has added vitamin A. So people often say that it is made for a longer shelf life and better taste. It is kind of like an additional advantages towards the community. So despite all these benefits, genetically modified food is still a controversial topic. Why do I say so? It's because of the concerns and controversies. So one is the health and safety concerns. I do understand why it is said so, because some worry about potential allergic reactions or long-term health effects. However, organizations like WHO report that foods currently on the market are safe to eat. Whether it is bake or taste even better, it is safe to see. Second would be the environmental ethical issues. So risk of crossbreeding with non-genetically modified crops and reducing biodiversity, they say. And ethical debates include playing God and corporate controls of the food system because, we are practically doing the things from scratch like food, vegetables from scratch. So that's why they said so. Therefore, a picture is worth 1,000 words. So, and that brings us to the end of my speech on the genetically modified food. Thank you so much for your attention. I sincerely appreciate your time and interest. So as for summary today, I did introduce to you what genetically modified food is and a bit into the history. Then I explained the potential benefits for the farmers and consumers. Lastly, I covered the main concerns that people have regarding its safety and ethics. Now that you know more about genetically modified food, I encourage you to check the labels and understand the food choices you make, especially as a student, because we don't have time to actually, take a look at everything that we consume. But whether you're a supporter or opposite, being informed is the first step. It is because in the world where science is advancing faster than ever, let us all be smart consumers, aware of what we eat, why it matters. So that is all for me. Thank you for your attention. Bye.